This episode brought to you by Thomas Delahue Brady.
Is that his actual name?
Nope.
This is Hot Drop, where we bring you premier PUBG analysis and just ever so slightly deflated drops. I'm Dano.
And I'm Cody. John's playing Dungeons and Dragons. We stream Mondays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/hotdrop_podcast. Discord link and the hotline number are in the show notes. Hit up these to share your thoughts with us.
Hey, I changed it this time.
I know you did. Our topics today include tournament announcements, Xbox and mobile coming up fast, people, a whole bunch of PC news and our feedback on patch 25, and a whole lot of no dev letters for console. Let's get into it.
Super Bowl Sunday, baby.
I like the slightly deflated drops part.
Oh, thank you.
That was good. It was clever for all you football fans out there.
And for all you not football fans out there,
Tom Delahue Brady.
Welcome back, Tom. Tom is going to take us to the promised land once more. We love you, Tom.
I'm actually like torn here because like if he wins, does he retire?
Yes.
That'd be nice.
Oh, did you see the video of Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, on stage with Cardi B, just like jamming and dancing around to one of her rap songs?
No way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll send it to you. It's fantastic.
Cardinal Beatrice?
Cardinal Beatrice herself. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, housekeeping. PC Community Night happened, and that was really, really fun. It was so much fun.
It was a blast. It was weird because we had like 12-ish people, not including us or including us, and which were like half the numbers of the other PC community nights. However, this was the most structured, and people hung around the entirety of the time, with the exception of a couple of you who had to go. I loved it. I loved everything about it. We had some presets ready to go, so it was just constant games the entire time. There was almost no waiting.
Yeah, the only waiting we had was for the stupid update to download, and that was none of our faults.
Yeah.
So, by stupid, I mean fantastic update. Thank you, Bluehole.
With that, we haven't thanked our Discord in a very long time, and we used to do that every single show, but much love for the Discord. You guys are pretty amazing. Just hanging tough, growing every single day, welcoming in the new members, doing your thing. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool to see like the regulars that have stuck around forever and the new people coming in. And on the PS4 side especially, it's been pretty crazy to see the numbers and all of you guys looking for games and hanging out. The one thing I have to say, though, is I wish some of the PS4 people would come over to the banter room or the food and drink room, Tech Shack, gameplay tips. I want to get to know you guys better. So feel free to jump in and chat it up and get to know us, because that's what Discord is all about.
Right. I would like to remind everybody that there are some special perks to subscribing to us or on Twitch or Patreon. You can ask the other supporter members. There's a secret room, a secret chat room, that if you subscribe, you get to hang out with us, and we will ask you guys first to play with us. But also, some spicy boudoir pictures of me on a Thursday. Yeah, get it.
Yeah, baby.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh,
some
yeah.
Classic Fedora Dan from high school.
Heyo.
You guys are missing out.
Dude, there's some gems in here. It's just pictures of Cody and I from back in the day, back in high school and earlier. So, yeah, it's good stuff. It's
like some legit meme quality content.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can make fun of us easily. And for the low price of just a Twitch subscription for free if you have Amazon Prime, or a Patreon dono of just $1 a month.
Yep.
Sweet. So yeah, community night was a blast. We're gonna have more of those going forward for sure. Like, it's been way too long since we had the last one, I think. And having the presets just made it so smooth.
Yeah, for sure.
Did a couple war modes to start, and then we jumped right into some regular game modes.
Yep. We also have Hot Drop Tournament number 2 coming up on February 9th. It is a squads tournament, $10 per person entry fee. Okay, so obviously squads, $40 a team, but that's also in place for if people want like 2-man squads, whatever. That's your choice.
Yep, and we're working on the rules. We've got a whole document of all of the structured rules and how it all works and when to join and how to join the lobbies, all that stuff. We'll post that in the Discord as well. And, just tell your friends, invite your friends, because this is going to be a good time. The first one went off really, really well, and I have high hopes for this one too. We're going to be advertising it quite a bit on social media and all that.
Mobile tournament, February
Heyo.
23rd, squads, $10 a person. I'm going to assume, generally speaking, same rules apply.
Yeah.
And there's some weird stuff in here, like if you disconnect or whatever, we can't stop and restart. That's just kind of like part of it. However, you can check out and ask any questions that you want, check out the rules, figure out if it's going to work for you or not. But it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's do it.
Yeah, and so the Point Click Dead is the one running the Hot Drop Xbox tournament. Tom is the one helping out with the mobile side. So for the Xbox tournament, if you're interested, email PUBGxboxtournaments@gmail.com, and he'll help you out with submitting your entry fee. And then for mobile, you can just reach out in the Discord or ask Tom. We don't have an email address set up because PCD made it specific to Xbox, the email address. But we'll get you there. It's still about 20 days away at this point, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Challenge of the week. So Clay won last week, destroyed people.
It's nuts.
And this week is shotgun secondary, and currently Grady Filler is on top of that list.
He is doing well on the mobile side.
Winners get
custom emote.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Custom emote. Yep, it is a custom emote, and that is a real thing.
It is.
I would also like to say I am making an official submission to our top 10 with my rooftop kill of Clay from our community night. I'm going to do that. It's in there. Beat that, suckies.
It's definitely not rigged in any way.
It is rigged. I've won already. Yo, I get my own sticker pack.
Nice. All right, let's do it.
The Xbox! Wait. So here's some sad news, guys. Since there is not enough content for both consoles at this point, we feel it is necessary to combine the Xbox box and the PlayStation Ace. However, we currently don't have a good name. The console container? Console canister? Console collective? We need a real name. We need suggestions. But in the meantime, enjoy this little tidbit one more time. The Xbox box! What's in the box? I don't know why, but we're supposed to be getting dev letters on a bi-weekly basis, right?
Allegedly.
When was the last time you got a dev letter there, Daniel?
It was more than 2 weeks ago. We'll put it that way.
So here's the thing. When you talk about things that are bi-weekly, is that supposed to happen every week?
Twice a week?
No. It's every other week. Which is strange to me. And there's this little sound clip that we have that I'd like for you to just maybe hit a little play on. Then I have something to say.
I'd really like to talk about how dumb as hell that is.
Dumb. Dumb as hell.
You're so dumb. Really dumb. For real.
Dumb as hell.
How do you expect us to believe anything you say when you can't even deliver a little itty-bitty letter that is electronic? You don't even have to write anything down. There's no pencil and paper. None of that shit. It is literally this. Send. Bi-weekly dev letter. Ta-da! Dumb as hell.
So for anyone who is listening, can't read what Cody just wrote. It was just a whole lot of.
It was
top H F G T Y D J G C H Y, etc. 09-U.
Which is still better than anything Bluehole has given us.
Which was nothing. Yeah, no, it's kind of annoying when they miss deadlines, and I really wish they wouldn't promise stuff and then not do it. It's kind of a bummer.
Speaking of promising stuff and not doing it, you can all remember that a couple of weeks ago we had talked about how there has been a is it desync really? No, it's like if your FPS is higher, you have a faster
Fire rate.
Literally
linked to the speed at which the bullets exit your weapon.
So if you have a lower FPS, you have a slower fire rate, and that can be up to 30%. Right. So PUBG Hawkins a while back, about 2 weeks ago, said like, hey, we have a timeline for this. This is when it's going to be fixed. Let's do this. And then 2 weeks went by. And people were like, what the hell, bro? This is still a problem. And he, 17 hours ago, wrote, hey guys, no excuses. I jumped the gun on confirming a timeline for a technical explanation and our plans going forward without first properly confirming it with the team. I take full responsibility here. We haven't forgotten about it. We're still going to explain what the issue is and our next steps going forward. Considering I've already set expectations and broken them by missing a timeline I shared with you all, I'm not going to do the same again. Please hold tight and keep an eye out for the official post. I get it. Dude messed up, whatever. But these are real big issues here. So why would people want to continue to play this game all the time if you can't? It doesn't matter that he got it wrong. It's the fact that it's happening in the first place and they didn't shut it down and be like, whoa, we're going to put everything on this and fix this specifically. Because this is a big issue. This isn't a small issue.
Yeah. It's not being talked about a whole lot, it seems, after the initial discovery. I don't know, though, because, like, it hasn't affected me that I know of, but it could. It could have. So it's not one of those issues that's like, oh, it's very obvious that this is happening and I lost because of it, you know?
You didn't fall through a wall and get stuck there and have to exit out the game and start over again, right?
Right.
You go, oh, I just died. Man, I really thought I had that guy.
Right.
But in reality, you didn't because your FPS was lower than his.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. And we just don't know how much it's going to take to fix it, too. Like, this could be a deep, deep issue in the core engine code, you know? We just don't know.
That sounds like the most Star Trek shit ever.
Yeah, thanks.
There's a deep, deep issue, the core engine code.
Computer, is there a spare beryllium sphere on board? Galaxy Quest, anyone? Thanks. Okay. Yeah, it's tough. It sucks. And it's like, I don't fault him because I've done this in my job. I've said to a client that, yeah, we can do this by this date. And then I said that without confirming it with my dev team. Like, it's possible. It happens. I get it. I don't blame him. I'm not mad at him. Like, at least he owns up to it and says that, you know, it's my fault that this hasn't happened yet. Or, it's my fault that I made that unrealistic expectation. I set that. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that it has affected me, but it has definitely affected other people. But then again, I don't know for sure because you can't tell. So it's one of those weird issues. But you're right. They should definitely put all of their efforts into this.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get on to a couple of fun, cool things and do a few tips since we don't have a shit ton to cover today, right? Oh, wait. No, we do have the hotfix. That was dumb. We have the hotfix.
We do. Yes.
Which we talked about, but we didn't actually go over yet because we are dumb.
We are.
As hell, maybe?
Maybe.
So.
This is good stuff. I want to say, like, I want to be positive about this because this is great. This is a very good hotfix.
We realized that we called this a dumpster fire last week, and there were a lot of big issues, and there are still some issues here. However, with these, there are some actual bugs that they have fixed that are going to improve quality of life, and some of the issues that they haven't fixed yet are very complex, according to them. So, this has already launched. This launched on the 30th, okay? Bug fixes. Fixed an issue where sometimes play and ready button would not function correctly, and that was an Xbox-only issue. So Xbox people should be fixed.
I hope so.
issue where party members' character would intermittently not appear in the lobby, which we actually still sort of have on PC, where like you can't see somebody and they're like, "Where are you?" And you're like, "I'm here," whatever.
Yeah, or you see a floating name, or you see a person without clothes on. Like there's a little bit of weirdness, but for the most part, it works on PC.
Yep. Issue where you are unable to create Move to Careers tab in the season menu. Interesting enough. Unable to pick the wanted quantity of an item from a loot box, so being able to pick up a specific amount of ammunition or throwables or what have you, which could be a real pain in the ass when you're on console because it's really easy to select how many first aids you want to take in PC.
Yeah, maybe you only have a certain amount of backpack space, and this would prohibit you from picking up the amount that you can carry.
Yeah, there are apparently a lot of bugs related to the Survivor Pass for Vikendi, and they're like slowly kind of picking away at all of these, and so they're kind of trying to just smooth that out a bit. Where like mission list language would not update after changing language settings, the UI button would be placed incorrectly, weapons were not equipped if selected immediately after throwing the Molotov. Now that's an interesting one.
Yeah, that's really annoying.
Because if you're throwing, like, you're never walking around with a Molotov, right? Like, you're going from weapon to throw back to weapon.
Right.
So that's got to be incredibly difficult, and that is fixed now. Sometimes main weapons were not equipped in certain situations, and I wonder what those situations were, because that seems pretty important.
I think one of them was war modes, I think Jamie said he had problems with that, where he would land and his weapon just wouldn't be equipped or wouldn't fire. Could be related to that.
The war modes were the start of the entirety of the dumpster fire, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the parachute problems. We saw it on PC too, when they changed the new parachute system over. They didn't fix war mode so that you hit the ground faster. So you're getting picked off from the sky, or you're just taking a really long time to land. So it's difficult. It's difficult to fight back when you're floating in the air.
And there are two problems that they say they haven't fixed yet. And these are ones they're addressing, not the ones that they can not give us anything. Is that play a match without using any bandages mission would be cleared even when bandages were used. Cheaters, pumpkin eaters. Had a wife but couldn't keep her. And then there was an issue where certain symbols would show in Survivor Pass Vikendi and Season page on consoles set to Japanese language.
Minor UI stuff, yeah. So I think the main piece of hotfix in this hotfix, the main fix, I would say, is the play and ready up problem that they had. And that was Xbox only. And I wonder if that's related to Xbox servers being a different way of readying up than PS4 does. I don't know. I don't know if it's how the players integrate, like the features on Xbox relating to how you communicate with with each other. How the friends list integrates with Xbox on PUBG. That's what I'm trying to say. So maybe PS4 doesn't have this issue because of how that architecture is set up. I don't know. But that's the big one. And then not being able to see your friends in the lobby makes it very confusing. If you can't see them, you don't know if they've joined. So those are the big stuff. So yeah, not a lot of fixes around Vikendi itself. Just UI things related to the pass. I would hope they do another passive optimization on Vikendi soon for Xbox and PS4.
It's got to happen, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is just the hot fix. There's going to be another patch coming out. Well, I think it's going to be better after that.
We had already talked about how they're not using PTS for what PTS should be used for.
Yeah.
And so now this essentially is what PTS is like, here's PTS. Now we're launching it. Oh no, it's on fire! And then they go, hey, we're fixing it. Here's a hot fix, here's a hot fix, here's a hot fix. And then they go, all right, here's a new patch. This should be better.
Yeah. I think that's how it's going to work.
Yeah.
And like all of Vikendi isn't horrible. Like some people aren't seeing the loading issues that other people are. It seems to be not always consistent, I would say.
Yeah.
Like it's not complete shit. Like you can still play it. It's a fun map. And once you get on the ground and a couple minutes into the game and everything has a chance to catch up to itself, gameplay is great. Like a lot of feedback that we've heard has been the map is beautiful. They like playing it. It's a really good layout. The towns are really cool and interesting to fight in. The new weapons are good. People are enjoying the what's the Vikendi weapon?
the Vikendi weapon?
The G36. G36.
G6. It's tough though, because like there's so many names with it.
I know.
G6, G36,
G3. Yeah.
Yeah. Like someone's like, I found a G3, and I'm like, oh what? Oh, G6. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. G6 is even wrong itself, but yeah.
You know what I like is that, yeah, I know, we just made fun of it.
We just made it up.
Because it's fly like a G6.
Exactly, yeah. It's like a Scar, but more fly.
I like seeing the Mini, even though they're so decreased. I like seeing the Mini again.
Love seeing the Mini. And that's something we're going to talk about in PC section is the loot balance. I think it's in a really good spot now. I'm very happy. I wish you had played with us the other night, because we were in squads and we were finding everything we needed consistently.
That's awesome.
And like I had to look to find a Tommy gun, which was great. Every time
I play with Cranter, I find exactly what I need.
Maybe he's the lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky. What do you call it?
He is my rabbit's foot. Yeah. All right. So here are a couple tips and tricks for you people who are new to the game. I would like to start and say that you should always check your fire selector, because it will remember what it was when you drop your weapon or pick up an enemy's weapon. So if your enemy likes burst fire and you're not a big fan, don't assume that it's going to be on auto. Always check, because it will save your life. Secondly, while I shit on skins constantly, wearing camo or dark clothing on other maps and light stuff on Vikendi really does help. You don't have to find a ghillie suit to blend in, so don't neglect those things, even though skins are dumb as hell.
Yes, very good tip, because I've had problems seeing people as is, and once you put them against a snow color background and they're wearing white clothes, like it's very difficult to spot people. And I like
the thing is you should be able to adjust too. So like if your end circle ends in a brown area of Vikendi and you've been wearing white, just take your clothes off, man.
Yeah, you'll blend in. Yep, totally. The one I have is about vehicles, and not all of them have all of these features, but specifically the cars, the ones with 4 wheels, I think every one of those has a boost function. So I think it's left bumper on console, and it's going to be shift on your keyboard. It's a boost button, and it does help. It helps you accelerate. It helps you achieve a higher top speed. It also makes it a little bit harder to control going around turns and stuff. And so what I say to counteract that would be use your e-brake, and this is your space bar on your keyboard. I would have to double check the console button for this.
B?
It might B is exit, so it might be exit vehicle. So you don't want to do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. But I know that they have that button on console as well, so that will help you power slide around corners, just get your Tokyo Drift on, real nice. And also,
you know what's weird is that was
too.
Tokyo Drift was literally the worst Fast and the Furious movie, and yet Tokyo
everyone
Drift
quotes it.
Yep.
It's just like a common phrase now. Yep. And so yeah, and switching seats is the other one. So double tap A, I think, will move you right to the driver's seat.
If you have any questions about that, talk to Clay.
Yes, exactly. Or watch the last top 10.
So good.
Control and then your keyboard numbers. Control 1 is driver's seat. Control 2 is passenger. 3 and 4, etc. Will change seats. You can do that on the fly. Try to shoot people out of your vehicle. And the last one I want to mention is motorcycles. These are super, super high skill ceiling vehicles. You can be a freaking master of the motorcycle if you put some time in and figure out when exactly it will kick you out versus being able to fly over bumps with ease. Yeah. So
you got really good at the motorcycle.
Yeah. And this was from Miramar, actually. If you want a challenge, get a motorcycle on Miramar.
Sick jumps.
It's sick jumps for days. So spacebar actually will pitch up. Control will pitch down. I think that's your jump and your crouch key, respectively, on your console. And then you can use the lean buttons to kick left and right. So it's like an air control for your bike. So if you go off a jump and you're sort of leaning too far left and you don't think you're going to land it safely, you can lean to the right with your right lean button. And that'll even you out a little bit. So it's great. So I think the one tip I have to say for bikes is make sure your front wheel will hit the ground first before the back wheel. And that's how you'll be able to land going over little bumps, and it won't kick you off the bike. So bikes are so much fun. I got to go fast. It's my favorite vehicle. The ones that don't have boosts are the boats don't. The Tuckshy on Sanok doesn't have it. The snowmobiles don't have it. I don't think motorcycles have boost either. So just know that you won't always have that ability, but go for the bike if you get a chance. It's a lot of fun if you master that.
Not the trike.
Not the trike. The trike's garbage trash. Garbage trash. So yeah, that's our couple tips. We'll have more to share. I like these things. This is the little nuggets of knowledge that we've learned from hundreds and hundreds of hours playing this game. I think it's helpful to have you guys learn.
If you guys have ideas that you want us to discuss or give our opinions on, throw it in the show feedback because we want to be able to answer all that.
Definitely, 100p.
Cool.
PCP.
PCP.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll follow me, we are now entering the personal computer place.
Hey, remember a long time ago when they were like, riot shields, you're gonna get riot shields.
Here's a sweet teaser with a riot shield.
And then we did not get that.
We didn't. And really no one cared. However, this one guy on Reddit did.
This one dude on Reddit really cared.
Yeah, really cares and has been asking about it constantly. Hawkins responded and says, the riot shield is still coming. Its original rollout for war mode was planned by the end of 2018, but unfortunately it's still in the works. And this, I think, was tied into the event modes. They were causing a lot of server instability, he says, which was frustrating players, and there is no immediate plan to bring those back, which kind of sucks. Like, I really liked the event modes, but
they were a blast. But why would there be no immediate? Like, saying there's no immediate plan really means there's no plan.
Done.
We're not thinking about that anymore.
Yeah. And I think the reason is because we have these robust event mode controls built into the custom games that we can just make whatever we want, so it doesn't matter.
But you saw what happened when we went into PC's North American servers for custom games. All of the Asian servers were filled with custom games that were filling like crazy.
Yeah.
North American servers did not.
We were the only War Mode Conquest game on North America servers when we played it.
That's it. Just us.
The only server that was running it. So, yeah. I mean, the event modes that are server, PUBG servers built into the game, those are going to bring people in. But, like, not a lot of people realize that you can go to the custom tab and join whatever game you want. But I don't fault that. I don't think it's horrible that they're not bringing them back right now because we have a big enough following that we can get a server going with whatever we want to play. But it just kind of sucks because I really liked the Tequila Sunrise one when they brought the flare guns in.
Yeah,
I love the VSS mode. That was so much fun.
Just the original one, the very first one they had was a blast.
Yes, or like the big squads, like you get squads of like
that 8-man squad. That was a great one.
Yeah. That was so
much
much
fun.
Metal
Rain?
Metal Rain was that brought in the UAZ. That was one of the flare modes ones.
Was that Car 98s?
There was one with Car 98 and pistol, and I don't remember the name of that one. But that was fun too.
Come down there and go give you a Car 98 and a pistol.
Hawkins follows up, says it's something they're still super interested in. They brought a lot of fun for players, but also were a major point of frustration. And they were, because they would just crash. You couldn't get in. There's the parachuting problems. He says they've got to get it right if and when they bring them back. No further details regarding event modes at the moment. I'm sorry. So I'm not super upset about it. I just wanted to share this because it was something that was teased. That riot shield was part of a huge trailer for this game. And I don't remember the event. It was like E3 or something equivalent to E3. They were showing off the riot shield and they were showing off other features that have made it into the game. So yeah, like, where is it? What's going on? So it's nice to know that they're thinking about it, but I'm kind of sad about event modes. I'm not so sad about the riot shield, but I'm sad about event modes.
See, the thing with the riot shields, I feel like I'd use it once or twice and then be like, that's dumb.
Yeah, and it can be super, super overpowered. Super overpowered.
But then they were like, oh, it's damaged. You can't use any weapons. Like, that's weird.
Yeah. Yes. Counter-Strike Global Offensive doesn't have the riot shield. But the older versions did, and you would only be able to use a pistol. And I think at one point PUBG said you could use a SMG, which I feel would be ultra overpowered, especially with like the Bison and the UMP and the Vector. Bison, PB Bison. A couple other tidbits, some news. Hawkins says there's no time frame for the skin trade-up system. That was something someone
Nobody
else asked
cares.
this week. No one really cares about that. Yeah, you can
That's
just
not
buy
true.
whatever you
There are
want.
a lot of you that care about skins. I just
I just
they're
jumped on
dumb
the
as
Cody
hell.
bandwagon there.
They're literally the dumbest fucking thing in the entire world. And I have been to Pennsylvania.
Wow. Let's call out an entire state. Woo. Woo.
Woo!
I don't really care about this because I can buy whatever I want from the Steam market, but yeah, no time frame for that. And lastly, there is a really cool tool that I use, and Cody, you should use this as soon as we get off. PUBG.report. Type into your browser PUBG.report. And it's a tool that allows you to search a specific gamer tag. So you can put in Lord Beardface. I put in Dano. And I can find Twitch streamers that either killed me or that I killed. So it automatically links you to a video of you killing that person or them killing you, which is super, super cool because then you can hear the assault of your enemies, of them crying about how awful the game is. It was so much fun. This one guy, we just demolished. We wiped their whole team on the first drop of the game. And they were just complaining about how they're so bad and the game is a warm-up. They're like, oh, that was a warm-up. Let's move on. It was really cool. Really cool to hear the assault. And that's PUBG.report. A couple other things we got here. So
how far back does it go?
I don't know. It went back a couple weeks for me. I think the last one I had was like 24 days ago or something like that. And it's only if the person was recording, so you might not actually have a bunch of clips. And streaming is not ultra popular, so there's probably a lot of games where you didn't kill someone recording. So
interesting.
But yeah, check it out. I wanted to mention the observer controls on PC, and I really hope these come to Xbox and PS4 soon. But they were really fun to use on community night. So we set it up. Shout out to Lemmajon for setting up all the presets. But he made it so everyone was an observer after they died. And they added a few new additions to the observer mode in patch 25. So first off, I want to throw in that they added Vikendi to custom match options, which is awesome. We played some matches on the new map. But also for the observer controls, they added things like damage indicators. So you could see if you're spectating someone, where they're getting hit from and how much damage they're taking from a certain angle. So that's really cool. Yep. And they also had some new messages and UI for things like if a person got multiple kills, or if they wiped a team, or if they themselves were eliminated. So there would be a nice little UI element and a sound effect that would play when you get eliminated. So it felt really polished. It was really nice. I think they're doing this for esports. And I think it's come a long way in the past couple months, really.
Can you dig it?
I can.
I can also dig it.
That's Doug. It's Duggan.
Mm-hmm. Digged.
A couple more things. We got actually a decent.
It's weird because like
things.
These kind of things just kind of dug themselves up.
Yeah. This is what I want to say a very positive couple weeks for PC. So we got the patch 25, went on test server. Eventually it made its way to live.
And there was only one issue with it. Literally one issue.
What was that? What was the issue?
No Snoder cycle.
Oh, yeah. Yep. They took out the Snoder cycle. Great move.
They said it caused like devastating crashes. The Snoder cycle. Critical errors. Devastating. Just demolished the game. This Snoder cycle.
So they took it out. And I'm so glad they did. Because that is what you call good developers, good development. If it's a problem, just take it out. We realize this one right now is not something key to the game. It's not something people will really care about that much. So why ship it with something broken? So they took it out. They're very happy with that. And then they actually did a few more hot fixes. So 3 hot fixes, 3 individual patches went out on PC. They didn't need any downtime for these. And they fixed them because they were the result of people reporting bugs they found on the test server. And that is the way to go.
Such a novel idea, right?
I know.
People are reporting things. Let's fix those things. Great.
Done. It was fantastic. So some of them were sort of minor. Other things were a bit more serious. There was a sound issue causing the pipi bison to be heard further away than intended. There was an issue preventing grenade damage applying to players behind small objects. Huge.
Like
Massive.
behind a pole.
Yeah, huge problem. They fixed an issue which prevented the head from leaning left with the body when using the canted sight. So that means maybe your hitboxes were misaligned, or like visually the person was leaning and it just looked weird. They fixed a very minor issue, but one that I hold dear. You guys know that I love the sound effects. Fixed suppressed bison sound sounding identical to the vector.
What I remember, and you can probably find it because we were probably streaming, is Dan goes, I need to know what this sounds like.
Yep.
Fires it, goes, oh, it sounds exactly like a vector.
I was so annoyed by that.
Done.
And they fixed it. This is a wild one, and I think you might remember this one from basically a year ago. It says here they fixed an issue which caused fully loaded guns to unload all bullets after firing one round. So do you remember back in the old days, if you won a game and you were still alive, you would shoot all of your bullets at the end?
Yes.
That's what this reminded me of. It sounds like something that was carried over from that. And then lastly, they fixed an issue which caused the displayed ammo count to change to an incorrect amount. So like these are big problems. Like, well, not all of them, but most of them are pretty big problems. And they did it the right way. They hot fixed it. We got it out there, and now it's in a really good state. After these fixes and after the weapon loot balance update, I think PC is legit in the best state it's ever been. I really do think that. I'm very happy with Vikendi right now. There's still some frame drops, but it's very good overall.
I dig it.
So update 25 went live. Wanted to talk very quickly on our feelings about night mode, the Bison canted sight, and, well, we know the snow bike was dropped. And then just loot. Just loot.
It's called the Snowder Cycle.
Snowder Cycle. So what do you think of night mode?
I like it. It's more aesthetic than it is anything, though.
I agree.
I think, yeah, it makes things contrast a little differently from further away, but not in a way that's overdone, not in a way that's overly game-changing, but I actually prefer it to the daytime. I think it looks cooler. I think it gives the game a different feel, but it doesn't actually change the way that I'm playing.
Yeah, and I was pretty much going to say the same thing. It's cool, it looks great, but it doesn't change your gameplay that much.
I think, yes, you do see muzzle flashes a little bit, but it's not what I thought it was going to be. And if they changed it to that, I think it would give it more of a different feel. But right now, just leave it in anyway because it's cool. Don't take it away like you did dynamic weather, because remember fun dynamic weather?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Not just like, here's some fog all of a sudden. Like, you start off and then all of a sudden it's pouring. That kind of dynamic
and your
weather.
4X is useless because there's so much fog. Yeah.
The PP Bison.
What
did you think of that? It sounds like an insult. PP Bison.
PP Bison.
You're such a PP Bison.
I like it. It's cool. It's sort of falls into a little bit more inaccurate ump, I would say, with a higher magazine count. So it can't take an extended, but it does hold 53 rounds. I felt it was pretty cool. I liked it. Like, I was getting melted from people from a decent distance away.
I don't know if I'm going to hold on to it, but I definitely like to pick it up.
I don't know either. I need more practice with it. I need a little more time. I don't like how it can't take a grip. But it's cool. It's a nice little SMG. It gives it more variety to the SMG category.
It's a hard vertical recoil. Vertical.
Yep.
Not much to the side. Hard vertical.
I'm liking it. I like the iron sights. I think they're good.
Yeah, I do like the iron sights on it. It's a little bit longer. It's almost like an M16 length type. Though it's not. You know what I mean? Like the barrel end of it feels like that's what it is. When you put canted sights on things, though, which is actually our next topic, I dig them all the time. No matter what it's on. If it has the ability to have the canted sight, I love it.
We're going to deep dive into the canted sight because
let's deep dive. I have my scuba gear on.
I think I definitely want John's opinion too, but we can chat. What
I say we do a canted sight strategy discussion next week.
Yes. Yeah.
Because insight now of like, this is what I like is all great, but this could be meta changing.
Yeah, I think it is.
You don't know.
I know. Oh, I know. I used to play a lot of Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. I think it's pretty useless on SMGs. I'm not going to lie. I think it's useless on a Vector. Maybe somewhat useful on an UMP. And I think that maybe because I never put anything higher than a 3x on a SMG. And I think the point of the canted sight is to have close range, long range. Distance.
I think that it gives me the option to do all things and do all things well.
Even with like a Vector, for example?
Even with a Vector, for example, because I will put a 2 or 3 on a Vector. And if I have a 2 or 3 on a Vector and canted sights on both weapons, then I have a 4 or a 6 on my long range. I have power and distance for all weapons.
Interesting.
And it's not just about distance at this point. It's about getting good.
I know that... Sorry, go ahead.
Taking a DMR, having a canted sight on it, like say an SKS, right? That's probably your best bet. Putting a canted sight on it along with your 4 or 6 would be really helpful in certain situations.
Yes, agreed.
But also putting my 2x and a canted sight on my Vector at the same time is going to give me 4 different options of 4 different powers and scopes. And I think that is unmatched opportunity that I can take advantage of.
Interesting.
Unconventional, yes.
Yes. Like, for me, I need to give SMGs a better chance at 3x and beyond. I just don't. I only stay 2x, hollow, or red dot on my SMG. I never put anything higher than that. But I have pulled off some pretty crazy shots with UMP at a very long distance. It doesn't have horrible bullet drop. I just never think to use it.
I'm actually getting a little bit more risky with my Vector play lately. Taking some real ballsy shots at distances.
Like single fire?
No. Like working on my pull down from a distance. Yeah, and it's paying off. It's paying off, at least for suppressive fire.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, I would agree with that. I've also done some ranged pull downs of the Vector, like put a vert grip on it, and it's decent. If you can control it, it's going to hit him. Like, it's not going to do as much damage, but it's going to hit him.
I miss the half rip.
There's no half grip.
When you're not doing it on Vikendi, it's still on the other maps, but it's not on Vikendi, and I miss that. I feel like I did some dirty work on that.
There should be a quick chat about that too, like what weapons are missing from which maps and like why we think that might be the case. Like, there's no mutant, there's no sawed off, there's no half grip. There's just like seemingly random things as well that they don't have in there. So I would like to chat about that sometime too. But yeah,
we can do that. We can chat about whatever. We have a podcast.
That's true. Yeah, we do. We can. We can deep dive, scuba dive.
We could talk. You ain't gonna catch me scuba diving.
Yeah, finishing off the candid sight though. Let's talk about it more when I have my thoughts straight and everything. But I think personally at this point right now, and I might change my mind next week, it belongs on ARs and it's not that effective on SMGs. But I would love to have a round table on this, like frickin' Knights of frickin' Columbus, Arthur.
The Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah, let's have a round table. I like it. I think it's very positive so far. I just need to figure out how I want to use it. Because we can also talk about how it affects running up to a care package and finding like a really nice AR, like a Groza, like, and you already have a 4X with the canted sight on the M4. Like, what are you going to do? Or if you find a sniper, like you can put it on snipers too. You can put it on DMRs. It's a lot of options. So let's chat. Let's chat next week. A little teaser.
Let's chat.
I mentioned loot overall is in a really good spot, I think. I'm very happy with the changes. I love not finding Tommy guns so often. They nerfed them by over 50%. Great change. There's way too many. Still finding a ton of Uzis. I don't know what they're doing with that. But I still have to say, take out the level 3 helmet from the world. We don't need it.
Yeah, you know what? I've changed my mind. Officially, I have revoked, like...
I disagree.
Level 3... No. I was the one who said it before, and you two were like, no, it doesn't need to be here. And I was like, it's not a big deal. I've changed my mind.
I jumped the gun.
Yeah, way to pay attention to me, Dan.
Dan, come on, Dan. Classic me.
I changed my mind. I don't think it's needed. I don't like it. I don't think it needs to be crate only.
Good.
All of it. Level 3 vest included.
Ooh, hot take.
I just don't want it.
I had a problem with the level 3 vest as well. I was close range in Dino Park / Dano Park, and I had a Vector, and they had level 3 gear, and I got him down to like 3 HP, and it just wasn't enough because he had level 3 everything. So, and I think it does like 20 damage per headshot with level 3 if you have a Vector. So it's garbage trash. So yeah, I like finding level 3 vests, but I don't like going against people that have them. So often I'm like, how many hits is this guy going to take? I say it all the time. I'm like, I hit him 6 times. Like, what's going on? So.
And to be honest with you, from our perspective, even if we had one, all it does is take away the idea that you're looking for one later on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because you'll keep a level 3 until it shreds.
Pretty much, yeah.
But that's the only change, right? So you're not even thinking about it if you have a 2 at the end of the game, because all you're doing is picking up a half-dead one from somebody else.
Yep.
Instead of a 3 where you just don't think about it. So get rid of it.
Yeah. It keeps people moving to try to find one, which is nice.
Yeah.
But, because, you don't want campers and just people sitting around. But, yeah. Definitely take out the helmet. I don't know for sure how I feel about the vest, but take out the helmet, please. Please. And for those of you who are interested in esports, there is a tournament going on right now. It's called the NPL. We're not going to cover it because we didn't do our research into it, but it is happening. You can check it out on PUBGesports.com. It's their official site for that. And you can follow along with your favorite team and get up to date in the standings. We have talked about bringing in someone to talk about esports, which we might do very soon. So
indubitably.
Mm-hmm. That's your PCP.
Great. It is your PCP. Let's see what mobile's got, right?
Yeah.
Hey, remember when mobile always seems to have stuff?
They have a lot of stuff. They do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when I was playing with Tom last week, right? He was like walking me through what all the redeeming stuff was. And if you open up one of the redeemable pages, there's this obnoxious bling dance. You guys got to look it up and check it out.
Did you buy it?
It's funny.
You bought it?
No, I couldn't. I don't have anything to buy it. But it was funny, and there's a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah, new bling skins, bling emote. Yeah.
It's pretty nuts. Anyway, so not that we talk about this stuff enough, but there is the Mobile Hot Drop Tournament, February 23rd. It will be squads with an entry of $40 per squad, $10 a person. If you choose or want to do duos or solos, the cost is still $40 for the team, right? So you've got, I'm super good. I want to go by myself. We go, cool, $40 please. And you say, why $40? It's only me. And we say, $30 for cockiness, $10 for an entry fee.
Yeah. Just because you put in $10 doesn't mean, and soloed everyone.
Yeah.
You shouldn't get the full prize pool if you only put in a little bit. So $40 for the team. We're sticking to it.
Yeah. What else we got, Dan?
We got stuff from the Reddits because there's no updates this week. So we've got a couple of things we found. One was about team fire, friendly fire, team killing.
Yep.
So we found this thread here, and someone just titled the thread Satisfaction. And they got a message in the system saying that they were injured by teammates, and they verified that they suffered friendly fire from a certain player, and the merit was deducted from that player accordingly, and they will keep monitoring them for future offenses.
Big Brother is watching.
It's real. It's real. Tinfoil hat.
You can't get nothing past Tencent.
The biggest gaming company on the planet is coming for you.
Biggest.
More stuff.
So the next topic that we have is essentially that somebody's complaining that the clan system, the clan reward system, isn't like mutually beneficial for everybody, and they want something more of an incentive, right? Or better benefits to being in a clan.
Mm-hmm.
what we do, like what Dan and I have sort of talked about is we don't really know whether or not that's working out well. So we want all of you mobile people to let us know, and we're going to start. We have like a couple of things. We're going to do a full care package in the next couple of weeks about mobile and cultural differences between mobile gaming in the West versus the East, and clan systems. Excuse me, and oh shoot, what am I looking at? Features and stuff in the mobile game. And so send us your talking points and your actual points, and we're going to compile these, and we might bring a couple of you on to do a couple little segments, but we want to be able to do a full-blown care package for mobile, and we want you to let us know how you feel about certain topics. So why don't you go over to show feedback and send us your show feedback about this Pacific topic.
A Pacific topic?
Oh, yeah, Pacific. Not our Atlantic topics.
No, makes sense.
Also, go to Redbubble and buy our merch.
Hey. You thought we forgot the care package, didn't you? This week, ScaleSpeeder brings us some in-game PS4 feedback from his squad. Enjoy.
Care package on the way.
So, hello, fellow droppers. Here we are with the PlayStation players high above the snowy fields of Vikendi. We're just about to do a long jump to the coast. There's me, ScaleSpeeder. I've got Burn Sieve, Squarely, and Dad Dragon 1991 with me. And tonight we're going to share our thoughts about Vikendi on the PlayStation 4. How well it's gone, what we think of it, what we'd like to change, and stuff like that. Now, you'll have to forgive the audio quality because we're recording this on the PlayStation Network party system, and we're actually playing at the same time as well. So if there's a pause and a load of gunfights, it means we've got ourselves into a bit of trouble. But we're going to jump long, loot safe, do a bit of D23E, and then work our way back in to the circle. So you guys probably know me from my various YouTube videos and being on the podcast with a few months ago. My perspective on Vikendi and the PlayStation 4 is that I've spent like the last year playing on Xbox and then came over to PlayStation because that's kind of my main console, and I play a little bit of mobile as well. But we've also got Burn Siebes with us. So Burn, what's your background on the PlayStation and PUBG? What have you been doing?
I used to play on PC at a friend's house about 2 years ago, I want to say. Yeah, that was about right. And that's when I first started playing. I was kind of intermittently. And then I played a lot on Xbox. But I haven't played in about 8 months prior to a week ago. Right. So I am not new to the series, but new to most of the new maps.
Fantastic. And where were you from, Burn?
San Francisco.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Now, Squarely, what's your history with PUBG and sort of the PlayStation?
I waited till I saw the first video on PC.
Right.
And it's an absolute amazing game.
Yeah.
I hope in the future there will be I don't know how it calls, overworked version of it. So
right. Yeah.
It's so it have a new start.
Yeah.
For all consoles. Mm-hmm. That would be great because it's kind of bad that the PC starts for 2 years ago, and now the PlayStation comes in, so it's I don't know, in-game game. So I don't know how I call that, but it's an absolute amazing game.
Absolutely. And where are you from, Squarely?
From Germany.
Ah, brilliant. And we've also got, bringing up the rear, we've got Dad Dragon, who's joining us. So what's your history with PUBG, Dragon?
Well, I started playing it at a friend's house on PC. Got a feeling for the game, liked the controls and everything, and then I started playing it on mobile a bit when it came out. And then I got it on the PS, and I absolutely love it on the PS so far.
Brilliant. So, I remember Bern, when we were chatting before, when we was going in, you were saying how amazing it looks. So I guess the first subject to kind of cover would be what do you guys think of how Vikendi looks, especially sort of compared to the other maps like Sandhock and Miramar and Erangel. Starting with you, Bern, what do you think?
So, I mean, I love that I could land and instantly start looting. Back when I was playing on Xbox, you'd have to wait like a minute until everything loaded in, and you could like jump while you're on top of a building and you would glitch through the roof and all that kind of stuff. So, going from that to this is just like, oh, it's amazing.
So you don't have any problems with rubber banding or jelly mold buildings or anything like that?
Nope.
Right,
Not
cool.
yet, anyway.
What you running the game on?
Actually, the original PS4, I got it the Nathan Drake's Fortune.
Right, cool. Yeah. I mean, I can add to that. I mean, I run mine on an OG PS4, but what I have done is I've upgraded to a external solid state hard drive, because when PUBG was on the Xbox, it was terrible for jelly mold buildings, and like you say, when you get to the ground, you couldn't loot up because the buildings weren't there. And I just swapped it over from my Xbox to my PlayStation and installed it to make it even smoother that way. So, but yeah, I think Vikendi looks amazing. I just love running around in the snow, or even when you like go south to Volnova. If you go to the city of Volnova, then get in the hills south of Volnova, some of the views are absolutely stunning. It just looks so good, so good.
The best gadget is the footsteps. The footsteps in the snow. It's absolute great. It's funny to follow them. It brings kind of inspector work with it. It makes fun.
It brings the game to life, doesn't it? Squarely. So, any other things about the way the game looks, Squarely? That you've picked up on since it came.
The only thing I don't like, it's a hard word. So, when you're landing fast and for a really hot drop on Villa or something, and there are a bunch of people with you, it took amount of time that the buildings are totally built when you run through them.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why. Why is it? Why that is so? But
so what you're saying is you do have some problems with the game loading in. Yeah. See, that's really interesting. That so it kind of shows you the difference maybe with hard drive specs that Sony have put onto the different PlayStations, because I know my PlayStation with the original drive I did get some jelly mold buildings and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's cool. So
maybe I'm just being way more forgiving considering what I remember.
I have to say too, I have one of the oldest PlayStation 4s, so
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is if you want to invest a little bit of money and buy an external USB solid state drive, an SSD, it does get rid of that completely. The game loads a lot faster.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you think, Dragon, of the way it looks and the way it plays?
I really like the new features they added to it, like the footprints in the snow, as we just talked about. The tire marks on the snow as well, by snowmobiles and all. But I do have a problem with rendering while landing.
Right.
Because it's like sometimes, when you're landing in Villa or something, you get really close to Villa and you still don't see it. It's just an empty field. And then suddenly it appears and you're just landing on top of a roof or something.
Yeah, that kind of, that's echoed by quite a lot of other people. So, but yeah, I think one of the problems with the consoles is because of the speeds of the normal hard drives in them, they just can't keep up with the amount of data that they've got to load in off a spinning platter. But yeah, as I say, if you want to get rid of that, if you invest in an SSD, it definitely makes
I
makes
actually
makes a
have an
big difference.
SSD, and I'm not sure if it's good or not. It's just an SSD I found at home. I'm not sure if it's going to be good or not.
Is it a is it USB SSD?
No.
All right. Well, you can always get
I can always, attach a USB to it, I guess. Or whatever.
get an enclosure for it, and then that would be cool. All right, coolio. So, next thing to talk about probably would be, what does everybody think of the different environments in the map? You know, the fact that, we have like the snowy areas where kind of we are at the moment by Critcher, and then you've got like down by Volnova and the sort of southeast you've got the open areas. Is there any particular favourite places you like to fight in or visit or drop at even? I know we've done a bit of a quiet drop now. Starting with you, Bird.
I like the coastal areas a lot. I just like the way they look and the way the small towns look like. Like, they look like small fishing villages, like they properly do.
Yeah,
I thought that
absolutely.
was a cool extra thing added.
Brilliant. Any particular favourite other places to drop yet that you've like going to?
What is it? Villa I thought was really cool. I just like the way the architecture looked there.
Yeah.
Those are probably not the things people are looking for where they drop, but that's what I liked.
Nice. And Squarely, what about you? What do you think of the different environments, and have you got any sort of favourite places you like to drop at?
I love the hot drops. I love Villa Castle. The buildings are great. Build it up.
Yeah.
So you can hide. You can play aggressive. You can choose your game, how you like to play it. You have many hotspots around the big towns, and you have the a secret cave here on the map. I didn't use since today.
Yes.
It's I wanted to go there, but I can't find it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's live on PlayStation yet. I know it's live on the PTS on the PC, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure they've put it in yet. And so, what about you, Dragon? What do you like? What environments do you like on the map, and where do you like to drop, or do you like to visit while you're playing on Vikendi?
I'm not much for hot drops, to be honest. I like to go loot in peace a bit, but otherwise, most of the people I play with do like hot drops, like Sporty. And if I go to a hot drop, in this map it's mainly Villa.
Yeah.
Those houses on the side, they're just great to push Villa from, but I just die anyways. So
we all agree that it looks amazing, the game.
It does.
And it plays pretty good.
Much time, Glenn. I'm nearly there.
But if I have just one thing I can say,
yes,
it's when you play the PC version of it and then you come back to this, it does look a bit bad.
Right? Yeah. But compared to like the Erangel or Sanhok, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? So
it looks way better. Yes.
So the thing I wanted to talk about next really was the loot balance of Vikendi and what we felt about that. It seems to be very SMG heavy, and there's not that many DMRs. You don't find that many Mini 14s or VSSs or SLRs or SKSs. I know, we've picked one up today. I mean, and you also have things like there's lots of level 3 helmets and level 3 vests around. So, Bird, what do you think about the way that the loot is on Vikendi compared to some of the other maps? Have you got any particular views about how it is, and maybe any changes you'd like them to make, or do you like it the way it is?
I feel like I get a silencer for a sniper every single time I play on this map, but I very rarely ever get a sniper.
I absolutely agree with that one. Yeah, definitely.
It's a weird thing to have happen, but that's every single time. Like, where's going to be an SKS?
Yeah.
I play a whole game and not even see one.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, I've done that many a time. Carried a sniper for a suppressor for a sniper or a DMR into the final circles, just hoping to pick one up in between now and then. What about you, Squarely? What do you think of the loot mix that we've got on Vikendi?
Like I said, it's a map where you can choose to play aggressive, because the loot is also, you in every house you find a good gun, an AKM or something. You are in when you can loot 2 or 3 houses, you are looted for good fights. There are in every house is level 2, whereas it's not like on other maps.
No,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, cool. I mean, what have I got? I've got a G36 and an M16, and I'm all scoped up. What have you got, Bern?
I got SKS and an M4, both of them fully loaded. 8 times on the SKS, 3 times on the M4, both have suppressor.
Brilliant. Squarely, what are you running?
I have an M4 full loaded with a Car 98 with full scopes.
Nice. And Dragon, what do you think of? What have you got, and what do you think of the loot mix on Vikendi?
Well, so far I've got a fully decked out and a fully decked out Mini 14 as well.
Oh, nice, Gus. Yes. Wow. So we have got 2 DMRs amongst us.
Yeah.
Wow.
And about the loot,
3. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I might be kind of weird here because I actually do enjoy the loot in Sandhawk more.
Right.
Scale, you should move a little bit to us, maybe.
Oh, right. Yeah. I've gone the other way. Sorry, chaps. Right. I'm coming to you.
Okay.
Good. So we like that. Now, the other thing that's different about Vikendi is the way that the circle and the blue works. It starts off with a much smaller circle. We've just been lucky that we've kind of landed near it, and then the blue moves much slower, doesn't it? I don't know if you noticed it in the final circles. It comes in a lot slower. There's a lot more time to think about your tactical decisions in between the circles. Has anybody got any thoughts on that? Especially compared to the likes of Sandhawk, where in Sandhawk, at the end everything starts getting real hectic and everybody's getting squashed in. Or you've got Miramar, where it kind of comes in at a normal speed. Have we noticed that that difference in the way that the circle mechanics work on Vikendi? Starting with you, Bern.
Yeah, I haven't really had an issue with the circles on Vikendi. Now that you mention it, never really had to rush in or anything.
Yeah,
it's always been a pretty calm pace as far as that goes.
Yeah, I definitely prefer it a lot. I don't like it when you're forced in front of the blue really, really hard. I like the fact that on Vikendi you can take your time and make those decisions to change your route into the circle depending on cover or where fire's coming from. But what about yourself, Squarely? Have you noticed any difference with the way that the blue works compared to, say, Sandhawk or Miramar or Erangel?
The circle mechanics on these maps are better than on the other. You can still fight in the zone.
Yeah.
Survive a little bit longer. You can heal up a little bit. On other maps, the second or third circle, the last one, you can't do anything. If you getting shot, you are dead. On this map, not.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have still a chance.
Good. Yeah. And Dragon, what do you think about the way the blue works on Vikendi?
I actually really like the way the blue moves in Vikendi. You never have a problem with blue in this map. Almost never. Unless you just stuck up behind something or something. But otherwise, it's very good. I really like it. Much better than Miramar, for example.
Yeah. I would agree definitely there. Cool. Now, is there anything you would change about Vikendi?
Well, just the drop rate to certain things, like more DMRs or snipers.
Right.
We got lucky this time, but
yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Squarely, anything you would change about Vikendi?
Just the buildings of the buildings and at the start. The bug where the buildings don't.
Oh, we got shots.
To make it PlayStation friendlier, I don't know how to say that.
Yeah, you don't want the jelly mold buildings. Yeah.
On the map still, I wouldn't change anything.
Right. Gosh, yeah, praise indeed. And Dragon, anything you would change about Vikendi?
Not really. No, I actually really like this map.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the only thing I would change, but it's something that doesn't have to do anything with like PUBG. It's the rendering, but otherwise I'm all good.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, for me, I think gunfire. Right? Who's taking? Anybody taking fire?
Sorry. Yeah, me. I can see a guy running. Yeah, on the rock, 130, far away, far away. Stand still, one more second.
So, I mean, for me at the moment, Vikendi is definitely my favourite PUBG map. It will probably go something like Vikendi, Erringel, Sanhok, Miramar, probably at the moment, something like that. But say, Bern, what would where would Vikendi be on your list of favourite maps?
I'd say, yeah, probably my favorite one right now.
And you have to forgive us because we're engaged in a gunfight right now.
Yeah, sorry, I have one down. One is down.
Nice. Circle has moved. So squarely, where would this map fall in your list of favourite PUBG maps?
I would say it's my second favorite map.
Lovely. And Dragon?
It's my second favorite map after Sanhok.
So, just to kind of finish off then, while we're in the middle of this gunfight, I think the Vikendi launch on PlayStation has been pretty smooth. I've really enjoyed it, and I felt that PUBG has gone up to it's stepped up another level in terms of quality and fun. In sort of closing words, then, Bern, how would you sum up the Vikendi launch?
I'm happy with it. I just happened to buy PUBG when it just came out. I wasn't aware that they were making a new map, so it was like a pleasant surprise for me. So, like I said, I'm happy with it. No
Lovely.
Complaints.
Squarely?
No complaints with the map.
Fantastic.
I like it to play on this map.
Brilliant. And sort of finishing things off, Dragon, how's the Vikendi launch been for you on PlayStation 4?
Oh, it's been great. It's been great. With all the update and all the user interface they changed and everything, it's a nice change. You just feel like you have a new game,
Absolutely.
It's very fun.
Brilliant. Well, there we go, fellow Hot Droppers. Hopefully this has given you an insight into how us PlayStation players have felt about Vikendi. Overall, I think you say it's been a success. We've enjoyed it. It's expanded Vikendi, expanded PlayStation's PUBG offering, and we're really enjoying it. But you have to forgive us. We've got to go now because we're down to the last 15. We're coming into the last circles, and it's all getting a bit tense. Squarely is just trying to climb on top of a building, and
that's all right
yeah,
that's all right.
Right, and yeah, I'll see you guys all online. Thank you very much.
You have new messages.
Suck it, Tom.
Did you know that PUBG is 22 years younger than Post Malone? The more you know.
SuCKITTOM. Suck it, Tom.
Oh, hey. It's me, Lord Beardface's uvula. Since we got detached, that soft palate, that tonsil diet. You thought I was going out with the other organs that day, but I broke free. And I tell you why. Because I heard you were eating Monster Munch. How dare you? How dare you deny me the taste of Monster Munch? I'm your uvula. I wanted to taste it. So you know what I did? I crashed Xbox. I know you don't play it very often, but I thought, hey, what way to piss off the people would be to crash the Xbox. So I did that. What you gotta say? Don't ever take me out. Well, actually, I was giving you a bit of grief, so yeah, take me out. And the other part of my trip, I was listening to a podcast, and someone called Dano was trying to do a Liverpool accent. I didn't know where Liverpool was, so I played the accent to people. They didn't know where it was either. They thought it was from Scotland. It wasn't, I told them. I said Liverpool. They said, I've never heard of Liverpool. Anyway, gotta go.